Well, good morning again to my hoopty army. Are y'all ready for some more hoopty hay antics? Let's show you what we got going on. Who's ready to go see what kind of mischief we can get into today? Okay, so because Mama Hoopty and I are tired of, people trying to screw us over and stuff like that. Last year we were selling hay on shares and stuff, having someone else help us cut. Well, as per usual, we got the short end of the stick. Well, anyway, we have bought us some vintage farm equipment here and there and yonder. Picked it up for little or nothing because that's who I am. And you saw the hay rake that I got put together. Well, our other part of the process, we got to cut the hay. And this is a vintage David Bradley model 917 sickle bar mower, PTO driven. And there's the sickle bar. And it was supposed to be rocking and rolling, ready to be going, and for the most part it was. I don't have PTO block or hydraulic block for this piston, so I haven't got it hooked up yet, but I will. And I didn't have a keeper on here, so I devised this little spring to keep the shaft from backing off. And the cap on these bearings was shot, so I found one that I had in my shop and we got her squared away. But she's pretty simple, and let me tell you what, they've cut hay for decades with a sickle bar mower, and it lays the hay right down. Does really good. I'm pretty happy with the results so far. It's a little bit slow, but yeah, there's also a learning curve with me using a sickle mower too. I ain't never used one of these things, so yeah. Anyway, let's walk over here and I'm gonna show you what else we're gonna be working on. We picked this dude up last year. It's supposed to be rocking and rolling and ready to go. This right here is our Massey Ferguson square baler, a number 12, I guess. And got her hooked up here to the four-wheeler. Going to take her down to the hoopty barn. We got to clean some leaves and such out of here, and we're going to see how everything works on this. And I'm going to get the rest of this hay laid down today. You saw I already got my hay rake all squared away. That dude's ready to rock and roll. So next we got to make sure our baler's ready to go. I'm laying down the hay, so that means I got to be able to have a baler going. So let's get going. Okay, well, before we get on our baler, I was out cutting with our cutter and had our first mechanical failure. The little cups there, they go on this little pitman arm, broke. I guess the bearings went out on it or whatever. And so I got to see if I can figure that business out. I'm thinking I might be able to take a cup off of a U-joint and put on there. I see these screw in here. I don't know if you can see that or not, but Anyway, that's what they do. Let's see, right here. Well, that screws in. And so I'm going to take those things out. I'm going to see if I can figure out some way to fix this dude without having to go and try and chase down parts, because I don't like it when they look at me like I'm an idiot, whether I am or not. Hey there. So, this is what we're dealing with. That right there apparently has these little threaded cups on here. Got a grease zerk on the end. This one was in the top. Seems to be all there. This one was on the bottom. Had a little bit of an explosion. So, I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to get one of them or not. So, I guess I need to figure out what I'm going to do about it. I reckon I'm going to do a little bit of hoopty-cating. Alright, so this is where being a hoarder comes in handy. Why in the world would anyone keep an old, used U-joint? I don't know. You might need it. Yeah. Pulled those little roller bearings out of there. So I got that little cap, right? Plan is, I got that busted grease zerk out of there. Have to get me a new one, but we'll go ahead and cut this off, grind that down. I'm going to weld this bad boy in its place, and I'm going to have a hole drilled in there in the center so that the grease can get through, and put this little rubber cap back on. And check this out. This dude fits just right and snug on that dude right there. And you screw it down to get the tension on it. And it ought to hold the grease. So, anyhow, that's the plan. Let's see if my plan works. Okay, so I got my hole drilled inside there. Trust me, sir. And got this dude cut off. I think I got pretty straight. This dude clamped here. Now I'm going to put me a wrap of something around these threads. See if I can keep from getting all that welding slag in there. Then I'm going to weld this bugger on there. Yeah, what's the worst that could happen? Don't work? Well, sometimes things don't go as planned. So, my weld didn't held, and I think it's just because two different kinds of metal. If not, I'm gonna have to groove it or something to make it hold better. But I think what I'm gonna do first is tomorrow, I'm gonna go see if I can find one of these doodads. I'm gonna call around first. Anyway. We'll try that first and see if maybe, possibly, perhaps, we might accidentally find one. And if not, then I'll have to get back to figuring one out. And, yeah, I guess we're just going to punt today. It's getting kind of late. I think I'm going to go down to the river for a little while and wash my cares away for a minute. And, I guess, appreciate y'all following along with my craziness. It's just going to keep going for a while until I get all this hay equipment going and, you know, making sure that we're ready for the summer. So, you know the YouTube stuff. Like and subscribe and share it with your friends and hit that notification bell so you can see what I figure out with that crazy thing. And, you know, till next time, you keep watching. Yeah, I'm definitely going to keep working.